Hello, good afternoon. This is Mark Rodriguez, and this is Live with Mark Rodriguez. I am so excited. We got a great show for you today. In the next 30 minutes, we're going to be talking with the CEO and founder of a company called the 7 Minute Life. Her name is Allyson Lewis, and I'm going to bring her on just in the interest of saving time. So here we go. We got Allyson Lewis. Good morning. How are you? Oh, let me make sure your mic is unmuted. There we go. How you doing, Allyson?
I'm doing great. Mark, you're one of my favorite people in the world, and what you're doing is important. And so it's great to be able to share the 7 Minute Life message with your viewers.
I really appreciate that. Quick backstory. I met Allyson Lewis through a very dear friend of mine. His name is Scott Hembro, a colleague in the automotive industry. I asked him, "Hey man, what are you doing, to manage your time?" He said, "Well, I get the five things before 11 o'clock." What's that? 5 before 11? And he shared with me this amazing planner. It's going to look blue, but it's really green. It's called the 7 Minute Life, a daily planner. And I said, I got to find out who made this. I got to contact the company. I got to find out more. So I reached out to Allyson Lewis, and we have just developed a friendship, and it's been awesome. So in the interest of saving time, Allyson, please share with us, because we are now in a time of people don't know what to do with their time. They've got all these thoughts going on. There's uncertainty, there's pain, there's suffering, there's all these mixed emotions. How do we quiet the noise? And please tell us about you.
Well, I tell you where it all starts is that I was a financial advisor for 30 years, built a $150 million business. So those people that are out there that are listening, there's a lot of very specific things that we've done for years. This isn't just some idea that we came up with. This is something that took me through a 30-year career that turned my business into one of the top 11% in sales nationwide for Morgan Stanley. So what we're talking about is, how do you take where we are specifically today in a pandemic, where we've got all of these things going on. And so here's what's running through people's minds. I'm uncertain. I don't have clear goals. My life is out of focus. I feel like I'm living in chaos. I'm constantly distracted. And then it turns into even more. What we're finding from our enterprise customers, our corporate-wide customers, is that people are very concerned about anxiety, stress, depression, and mental health in the workplace. So what we've done at the 7 Minute Life is we have 3 prongs. People know us as time management, but we believe it's time management so that you have time to reconnect with your priorities, your purpose, to refine that meaning in life, and to find out that you have a life that truly matters. So that's what we do.
That is awesome. But what made you get involved? What was the genesis of this? Why did you get involved in time management?
Well, because I have terrible time management. So I know I'm not the only one. When we did a survey, 86%, Mark, of our people that took our survey said they had either average or below average time management skills. And so here's the real reason, and it's a phrase I use all the time, is that busy was killing me. Let that sink in. Busy was killing me. You know, I'm a mom. I have 2 teenage kids at that time. I'm running a big business. You know, I have a lot of things that I believe in and want to help and serve others. And I found myself not getting enough sleep, not having time to exercise, not being able to really plug into the things that mattered most. And busy was killing me. And I'm not alone. So I created a few tools, and organically, they've gone around the world. The books are in English, Spanish, Korean, Turkish, and Chinese.
Wow.
My YouTube channel now has had 1.9 million minutes watched.
Well, let's see if we can take a look at that channel. Let me pull that up.
Please do. I'm going to grab some of my coffee here.
You got it. Let's pull this up. And let's see here. Get in here. Let's pull up YouTube. Here we go. So you've got, let's see here, some amazing videos on here. Wow, look at these. Procrastination, neuroplasticity. What is neuroplasticity?
Neuroplasticity is the fact that I am a brain geek. So
Mm,
I love the fact that everything we do has to go through this filter. It has to do with perception, what we see around us, how we perceive it, how we can grow becomes how we can grow in here. And so
right.
neuroplasticity is the science that the brain is plastic and changeable. And because it's plastic and changeable, everything you hear, everything you say, the people that you hang out with, the habits that you create, the things that you spend your time doing become the life that you receive as reality. And so in neuroplasticity, we're creating habits, daily habits of taking just 7 minutes at a time to step out of the noise, to think about, this is all the time I've got. This is all the life I've got. How can I take 7 minutes to put a stake in the ground and say, these are the choices I'm going to make today so that we can make life more meaningful. And by doing that through neuroplasticity, your brain physically changes. And when you focus on passion, guess what you feel? You feel passion. When you focus on purpose, you have time to serve others. So neuroplasticity, you can just call me a brain geek. That's what I love.
That's awesome. I'll tell you very quickly, your whole process, your whole system came to my life at a point where I had just had a knee operation, a knee
Mm-hmm.
replacement, and I was feeling overwhelmed. I mean, really, and when you walked me through um, just the whole 7 minute process, maybe would you share with us what are the steps to the process? Because I've got a few planners I want to give away, and for those of you who are on
Yeah.
the show or doing a replay, if you share this out, um, first three to share, I'll send out a 7 minute plan or two. If and I've got my planner here, it's all marked up, and I got tabs all over the place, and I live and die by this thing. Um, could you? Because I know you're short on time, and I want to make sure I get the work. If someone receives this, how would they use this?
Yeah. The 7 Minute Life Daily Planner is a simple tool. So this is mine, by the way. I just
Hmm.
started a new one January 1st.
Right.
So I practice what I preach. And the 7 Minute Life Daily Planner is a capture tool where you take everything out of your brain, you put it in one safe location. So it's a book like this,
Right.
and it has inside of it. And so I'm going to go two directions. It has inside of it what I actually created originally.
Hmm.
So I've already dated my planner. So this is February 24th.
Got
The
it.
first thing that the planner is about is saying today matters.
Mm.
And we can't just wake up in the morning and blink and have the day go by, because it's going to go by whether we say we're going to be intentional or not. The first thing I want to do is hold in my hand and say, okay, what is the daily progress I want to make today? How can I serve others? How can I focus on the most important things? So I create my to-do list, and here is the secret sauce. Mark, you were talking about, if I can come up with a to-do list that matters, things that
Yes.
move me toward my goal, what are the 5 highest value actions I will commit to accomplish before 11 o'clock? So if people get this planner and they can take action, take 7 minutes to say, what are the 5 most valuable? Here are these two statistics. If you were
Hmm.
able to accomplish 5 high value actions for 1 week, 5 times 7 days, 35 tasks.
But let me
35.
Allison, let me ask you a question then. I mean, how do you whittle it down to five when your brain is just on overload? You've got the kids, the work, this and just mental, it's craziness. How do you whittle it to five when you can't even capture what's that?
What's that? He
What is
says.
that?
Okay, how
You're
excited are
surprising
you that
me. You're
you're
surprising
seeing
me now.
something new?
Yes, I
Well,
am.
okay, so we've raised a ton of money. We've found venture capitalists that have come in, and we're creating not only paper, which I will always use, because
Hmm.
I think there's a word that I say from Dawson Trotman, that when my thoughts pass through my fingertips. My thoughts disentangle themselves when they pass through my fingertips, which I love that saying. My thoughts disentangle themselves. So I love to write that down. My thoughts disentangle themselves when they pass through my fingertips. But we found that a lot of people don't want to necessarily carry around a book. So
Right.
what does this look like?
An app.
A mobile app.
Absolutely.
So we are coming out with a mobile app. So in that 7 minutes, can you read these? Because it's right in front of my face. What do you do in 7 minutes?
Well, according to this, I'm going to be, look, I've got awareness, my goals, projects in progress, actions completed. Wow. So I can check these off. I could check off things that have been completed. That's awesome.
And then at the very bottom,
my 5 before 11. What's my goal for today? Wow, you've really stepped this up, Allyson.
Okay, now wait for it. What do you do in the 7 minutes in the evening? Now, some of this may not be typed correctly because it's still in prototype, but look at what you do in the evening. Can you see this? What?
Personal reflections, my awareness for the day. Did I do what I said I would do today? Did I do what I said I would do? 5 before 11, review report, daily actions completed. What did I not complete? What new tasks came up that I don't need? So I can't read that. I don't want to forget. And last one there is observations and obstacles. Yes, I see it. I got it. That's awesome.
So you do have, and we now have some background noise. I hope that it's not too intrusive.
No worries.
But what we now have is people had this idea of, okay, I've got all these things to think about. I don't even know where to start. I don't know what to think about. So we said, well, let's talk about that. So in my 7 minutes, and I've done mine today, the first thing I want to do is create awareness. How do I feel? Mm-hmm. What is important? Are there things in my life that I want to ponder on that are good? And then I have to think back, what are my goals? We're building out a tech company. We want to have $100 million company in the next 5 years. Right. So in order to get that, here's where I am today. How do I move forward in that? You've got to be thinking about that. And then what projects are you working on? People just come into the day and they grab whatever papers on their desk. They don't have a plan of action. And if we can help people step out of the noise for just 7 minutes and say, here are these blinders. This is what I'm going to focus on, nothing else. I'm going to start a task. I'm going to finish a task. I'm going to check it off my list, and it's going to move me closer to my goals. Just imagine what that would be like.
Amazing. I know on the paper version, we started out with our priorities, and you had, I don't know what the number is to select, and I picked out 10. And the bottom, I numbered them in ranking of importance. And then on this side, it helped me to define my purpose. And it was so cool because it really allowed me to basically ask the question, hey, what's really important to me in my life? Yes, I'm a father, I'm a business owner, but what really matters to me most? And when I look at all those things that are flooding my brain, am I really working on the things that are in alignment with that purpose? And one of the things I love about your system is that it really allows you to focus. That's why that 5 before 11, those 5 are the 5 things that are in direct alignment with the awareness that I want to have on the things that matter most to me.
Yeah.
Did I tell my daughters I love them today? Did I reach out to a few? Did I make those connections, those valuable connections? Did I serve? Did I impact other people's lives? And of course, I've got different goals for my business and for my personal life. And what I love about this planner and the whole 7-minute process is 7 little minutes. Why 7 minutes, Allyson? Why 7? I know 7's in certain religions, 7's a number of perfection, but why 7? What's the deal with 7 minutes?
Yeah, the whole 7-minute thing comes from 2 places. One, people have the attention span of a goldfish. A goldfish has an attention span of 9 seconds. I would say my attention span is probably 2 seconds.
Right.
But really, from the brain science, people have an attention span of somewhere between 2 seconds and 20 minutes.
Right.
So 7 minutes just came about because of attention span. But the real place that it came from, you kind of have to do the math. There are 24 hours in a day.
Mm-hmm.
1% of that, there are 1,440 minutes. So 1% of that is 14 minutes. And all that I ask people to do is to take that 14 minutes, 1% of their time, take 7 minutes in the evening and 7 minutes in the morning to do just what you have up there, to organize your life, to think through what's most important, and to make some decisions of how you can actually use those 7 minutes. So that's where it comes from. 24 hours in a day,
Yes.
1,440 minutes. 1% of your day, 1% of your day is 14 minutes, taking 7 minutes in the morning and 7 minutes in the evening to think through, to clarify, to plan, to look at your goals, to say what's going to make life meaningful for me today, not for me, but how can I serve others to be purposeful and make the world a better place? That's where it comes from.
How did you arrive at that though? Like, how did you one day just take a sheet of paper out, just write down everything in 7 minutes? How did you even come up with that?
Let me step back for a minute. I'm going to show you. So if you'll go full screen again, I'm going to show you some of the things that I think can help people.
Yes. Oh, let me get you back on here.
Sure.
And let me just get to there we go. Go ahead.
Okay. So I do want to talk to people about the 7-minute Life Daily Planner. And I know you're going to be giving some of these away, which I'm super excited about. People can go to Amazon, the 7-minute Life Daily Planner, get your copy on Amazon. I think they're like $20. But imagine what I'm going to show you for $20, how it can change your life. So this is a book. It is not a calendar. It's a planning tool. So where do you start? It doesn't even matter if you use this planner or not. It's a new year. The first thing I want to do, remember, my thoughts disentangle themselves when they pass through my fingertips.
Yes.
We need to take ownership, writing the date down, saying this is a new year. That's step one. Step two is, inside the book are all kinds of pages that say, can you see this? I'm having a hard time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I can.
That say unfinished tasks.
Work tasks. Yep.
So it's not about creating a to-do list. It's about taking, and this took me a day. I went out, I wrote down every single thing that I needed to do that had not been done for 2020. Now, let me tell you, there's 6 pages. I had to tape unfinished task pages in here because, but what it did, that's where it starts. It says, what could I do? You know, what are all the things that I didn't do last year that I could do that I want to do? Step one, get it out of your mind. We call that mental clutter, and in one safe location. Post-it notes are off limits. Legal pads off limits. One location. So it starts with putting everything that you could do, want to do, should do in a single location. We call that writing down all your unfinished work tasks.
Excellent.
Step two is, what if I could wave a magic wand over all these tasks and have them go away, be done? The question we ask your audience is, would it have made a difference in your life? Would it have made your purpose more purposeful? Would it have helped your family? You know, would that happen? And so what we realize, I'm going to take them through 2 more pages of this, and I want to actually show them how I use it, is that I realized getting more done didn't make a difference. This did. And so most people come in with a to-do list wanting to focus on what they can do today. I don't think what you do today matters unless you understand what's most important to you.
Your priorities.
Unless you understand your purpose.
Your purpose.
Your life goals.
Yep. And now the time of your life.
And then we come down to today. So what was the first thing on that list?
Priorities.
Priorities. So it's the first of the year. This is a 90-day planner. So I broke all the rules. I didn't just use the 75 words. Are you ready for this? It's going to look a mess.
It's okay.
This is my priority.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
And so what I realized is that I had more, and I'm going to share these if that's okay with you,
Please, absolutely. I'm gonna get you on full screen. Go ahead.
because people think that priorities have to be,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know, some kind of humongous thing, life shaking. Um, and so I'd like to share these because my father passed away
Mine
in
too.
July. COVID has happened. So my number one priority is mental health
Mental health. Yeah.
and well being and health. So you're really supposed to only have, I guess, one or two per line, but I just put a ton. And
Mm-hmm.
then family, friendships, my children, Abby and Jay, feeling that sense of belonging. How do we do that? It's a big priority. Number three, freedom, peace, and not rushing through life. I feel like I have this tiger chasing me all the
Mm.
time. Priority number four, compassion and kindness. You know, and that's why taking 7 minutes and saying, how can I be compassionate today? And be aware of that.
It's one thing we
Hold
need
it
more.
in my
More.
hand. So I
Yeah.
won't go through the rest of these, but
Mm-hmm.
number six, I will say, is happiness, laughter, fun, faith, adventure. You know, so I'll quit there with my own priorities. But imagine helping people wrap their time management around things that will be life altering, not only to your own heart, body, mind, and soul, but to those around you. So, Mark, I'm going to hush there and let you kind of
No,
bring
no,
us
no
back.
worries. I'm just, I know for me, it was so important. Let me bring this back up here. It was so important for me to be able to, it was an epiphany when I was able to look at my life through the lens of, well, I've got all these things pulling at me, and I felt at the end of the day, I was more to other people than I was to myself,
Mm,
and I had to stop, put the brakes on that, and say, well, you know what? I've got to make the important thing.
yeah,
And where you left off, the next step to that is, now that you know what your values are, now you can really pull those values into your purpose, and really, really, focus in and zoom in on what you want your life to stand
yeah,
for, and then from there, now you take that mental dump, if you will, of all those things that are just racing through your brain. Take 7 minutes, and I did this, and I continue to do it at night. Fill up that page, and I the next morning I take a look at that page, like 7 minutes, see what are the 5 things that I can work on today. The other thing I love about the system and that plan, it's more than just it really is a life tool. There are pages. In fact, let me for those of you who go on to Allison's website, let me snap into there for a second, and let me go, because we got less than 7 minutes, but I have the time to do it. No, I'm very respectful of your time, so, and I really appreciate you being here. Let's go into 7 Minute Life, and I think you still have those. Do you still have the resources available? Let's see here. Those tools, the
we
sheet.
have we have a lot of tools, but
Mhm.
Mark, we're very excited that, again, if we just give out tools or books,
Right.
that's not going to really change people's lives. So
I
we
got
have started a brand new community of people that's going to see, you're way ahead of us. We love that. We have 40 plus tools
you. Hmm.
that we are going to be giving to people as part of our community. You know,
Got it.
it's and so these tools are rolling out with the technology. We're doing weekly webinars just like this that are 1 hour long. They're live. And so, you know, we're business owners. We had to say, if we give this away for free, people don't know how to use it.
Right.
So we built a business around this, and we've said to people, for $9.97 a month,
Hmm.
not only can you have access to all the tools, but you're going to get access to the mobile app, the
Gotcha.
desktop app, our training, our learning. You're going to have access to a community of people. And so you are like 3 weeks ahead of us launching, maybe 4 weeks ahead of us launching this.
It's not even out yet. So
It's
this is
not even
first
out
month.
yet.
Wow. Okay.
So
Fantastic.
you're on, because I can give person a blank page,
Yep.
but until they know how to use it, it's like I can buy a tennis racket,
Yeah.
but until I joined the league,
Yeah. That's so true.
I paid $51 to join the tennis place, and then I paid $15 a week to my tennis instructor, and then for clinics, and then I paid $50 an hour for private lessons. And that's when my tennis game changed. Well, we've realized people were coming to the 7-minute life. They were finding tools, but they weren't helpful.
Right.
And so we are building a business model, which I know this is for entrepreneurs. We have to clarify what people want. When you're talking about motivation, there are a lot of things that motivate us, but financial security should be in that bucket. I mean, we just can't not talk about that. And so we're launching 2 platforms, one that we feel like almost anyone can afford, which is the $9.97 or $97 a year, and the other is a $47 platform.
Did you say $9.97 a year?
It's $9.97 a month, or $97 for a whole year.
Gotcha. Wow.
And then we have
you spend more on that on coffee, just in, half a month.
And then we have a tier that's a whopping $47 a month. And that class comes with, or that group comes with, live interaction. So there's a whole lot of things coming on. I look forward to coming back on your show when that launches.
Well, let me ask you, where could people find out more information about? So you haven't even put up information about the app yet. It's coming. This is just the teaser right now. Wow.
Yeah, we're not gonna tell you how you can find out about it.
Gotcha.
They're gonna have to stay in touch with you, Mark.
Will you promise me that you'll come back on so we can go through it?
I promise. Scout's honor. And
so with less than 2.5 minutes, can you just give us the top 3 pieces of advice that you could give to people out there who are just drowning in overwhelm and uncertainty? Just 3 things that we could really work on as we go into 2021.
Yep. First, you're not alone. Busy was killing me. So I think awareness of just bringing to top of mind the fact that time matters. So the very first step is to recognize we're all in this together. There's a pandemic in the world. There are a lot of mental health implications. And so step 1 is awareness. Step 2 is you're not going to be able to fix this without tools. If it were easy to fix time management problems, okay, I'm giving the truth. I'm 60 years old.
You are not 60.
I am.
No way.
I'm 60. If this were easy to do, all my friends that were 60 would not have problems with time management. It is not easy to do. The 7-minute life is a community and a path of daily learning. So people are going to have to make a choice. Do I want to continue to live in chaos and disorganization and not have purpose? Or am I going to invest $9.97, and you can't find out even where yet? I love leaving people hanging on a cliff. Stay tuned. So it becomes am I going to make a difference in my life, or am I going to stay the same? The third piece of advice is to give yourself grace, to just recognize that, none of life is meant to be, here's a snapshot of Allyson's got it all together. That's just not the case. The case is we are all built with a heart, a body, a mind, and a soul that is intended to share compassion and kindness and goodness. And I think that's why my purpose and hope is, and that's what I hope your listeners have taken away from this.
So people can contact you through the 7minutelife.com?
They can. And we want them
to. How about on Facebook?
They can reach us on Facebook. I will give you something. I'm going to give you my cell number.
Okay.
It's 870.
I'm going to put this up there right now. Hang on. Let me make a little banner here.
I don't do this all the time, but I want people.
I know you don't. I know you don't. Say it again. Repeat that number.
870 897 4494. 870-897-4494. And I'm giving it
Is that the right number? Make
Yep,
sure that's right.
that's right.
Perfect.
Because only 1% of the people or 10% of the people will take the time to pick up the phone and say, Allyson, I am ready to do this. How can you help me do this? And I can direct them. And how we can also help people is that this is an enterprise level platform. We've just signed an agreement with an organization that has 200,000 members.
Wow.
Can you imagine taking this in your company to 1,500 people or to 3,000 people or to 10,000 people? So
And
they need to reach out.
I know that that's part of your purpose. It's not just the money. It is really serving people. It's serving everyone, getting this message out there. Allyson Lewis, don't go anywhere just yet. I want to hang out just 1 second. I want to thank you so much for your time because I know it's valuable. You're a tough lady to get a hold of. So the fact that I got you on here for 30 minutes, I feel truly blessed. To all my listeners out there, please share this. Scott Ricker, definitely you've got one. You got a planner coming to you, and I'll check back and I'll get the other two out there as well. Allyson, thank you so much. I want to wish you a fantastic, amazing 2021. So grateful for your time, and I'm going to hold you to your word. We're going to get you back on here when the app comes out. Okay, don't go
You got
anywhere,
it.
guys.
Thanks.
Have a great day.